Hey, Tom Altbutter here, eXp Realty. Today I want to have a conversation around net worth because net worth is really a game changer when it comes to whether you should get out of that rent trap or not. But first, if you're thinking about buying a home soon, then you need to make sure that you get the spring edition of my free home buying guide. This 24-page guide is filled to the brim with everything you need to know about buying a home this spring. So just click the link wherever it is on this page, wherever you're seeing this video. Find the link for the home buying guide, click it, enter your email address, and that'll be emailed right out to you. So the data that I'm about to show you really paints a very strong picture for potential homeowners when they're thinking about the long-term financial benefits of owning a home. You know, there's the stability, there's the security, there's that emotional American dream of home ownership that's so important. But as this quote says, with inventory at an all-time low, buyers are still having difficulty finding a home. So as you know, as they're feeling like, I'm not sure I want to stay in this game because it's a rough road right now and prices are rising and I'm having a hard time finding a home. So it's become a little bit difficult, but I will say not impossible. So that's why you need someone on your side who can not only effectively guide you through the buying process, but someone who has been specifically trained, educated, and certified to get you the best home, the best deal for your needs, and to help you start building your wealth on day one, on the day that you close on your new home. You need an expert advisor. But the one thing that we really want to share with people who could be potentially buying a home right now is the net worth of a homeowner versus a renter. And this is data from last year, from 2021, the latest from NAR, National Association of Realtors, and it shows that the average net worth of a homeowner today is $300,000. The average net worth of a renter is just about $8,000. So think about that for a second. $300,000 for owning a home versus $8,000 if you don't. Now, if we're talking about building that financial future and really thinking towards that long-term goal of home ownership, and we look at the data, the history shows how much homes have appreciated over the last, say, 5 to 30 years. So let's look at that for a minute. If you saw my other video about home price appreciation, you saw how much home values have increased over the years. Now, this is where the wealth building comes into play. If you bought a home in 1991 for about $100,000, in 30 years it will have appreciated by 258% using the national average. That means, assuming that you made all your payments on time and paid it off in those 30 years, you'd have an asset worth $358,000. So you would have turned a $100,000 investment into $358,000 in 30 years. So for those that are renting or are thinking, well, I could buy right now, but I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to see if prices fall. I'm going to see if mortgage rates drop. Well, we know we're not in an environment where that is projected to happen. So buying now and getting on that net worth journey started towards home ownership is such a game changer for the future. And I think another way to look at it that's really powerful one as well is that it says net worth of a typical homeowner is about 40 times the net of a renter. 40 times, that's huge. And for those renters that are concerned about rising inflation rates, well, obviously you should be. But as you can see here, as inflation rates rise, so do rents. So renting will increase as inflation increases. But when you own a home, your payment stays the same forever for 30 years, unless you make a change to the mortgage. You don't, refinance or, whatever. As long as you don't make a change to that original mortgage, your payment stays the same. Rents do not. But as Natalie says here, homeowners are shielded from mounting rental prices because their cost is fixed, regardless of what's happening in the market. Tangible assets like real estate get more valuable over time, which makes buying a home a good way to spend your money during inflationary times. Now, homeownership has always been an important way to build wealth. And I think that the data shows this loud and clear. 40 times greater net worth and 258% home price appreciation. That's game changing. So when we look at the big picture and we say home prices are rising and they're still accelerating, or they're projected to continue to rise continually, for the next, there might be spikes, there might be ups and downs, but over the long haul, they'll continue to rise, and that's a reflection of the current supply and demand. Well, we also know that people have concerned about a housing bubble, but when we look at the data and we look at the fundamentals of this market, we're simply not there. We are not in a housing bubble. Well, I hope that answers any questions you may have about home ownership, how home ownership builds wealth. But if you still have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me by phone, text, or email. And of course, my details are right there. And don't forget to get your free copy of my Spring Buying Guide. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you.